I would echo the words of Pope John Paul II. Profit by itself is not a sufficient motivation for business endeavors. You're operating in the realm of greed. You're not operating in the realm of morality.
I went to Iraq and I came back. What was so heartbreaking was that I found that we weren't always the good guys, and it was very disillusioning for me. Because I'd grown up with this dream of America, what America was. And when I saw that dream at Abu Ghraib and what it had become, I felt heartbroken. I felt like I didn't know what it was to be an American, because I saw what I had thought America was, destroyed and disgraced.
When they went into Iraq, a subsidiary of Halliburton, which is KBR, Kellogg Brown and Root, was on the scene immediately. They were logistics people, they were mechanics, and they were also contracted to begin the process of setting up shower points, laundry facilities, mess halls, dining facilities, really searching for any opportunity to take on what would be traditionally military roles.
When you use these contractors, you gain a lot of efficiencies, you gain a lot of expertise and specializations.
It was devastating because they took over my job. I ended up doing nothing. We had to train these KBR contractors how to fix these radios. We had to walk them through all the basic steps. But when I could be actively becoming a better soldier and becoming more proficient in my job, instead I'm going to sit up on guard duty to wait around while KBR contractors are doing the job that I had to train them to do. Across the board, people lost their jobs. Quartermaster companies, mechanic, any logistics soldiers were involved with, their jobs were outsourced to KBR.
If you don't know KBR, you'd have never been to Iraq, because KBR is everywhere in Iraq.
You have hundreds, if not thousands, of these trucks driving north and south on these roads every day, bringing supplies to other military bases. Most of the people who were driving for Kellogg Brown and Root were foreign workers. They were from Pakistan and Nepal, India. Sometimes there would be Americans driving the trucks, U.S. civilians.
I heard about the job through another truck driver friend in Calexico, California. We were sitting there waiting for a load, and he told me this was his last load and he was going overseas. From there, you know, I sent my resume in. I thought I was really gonna be doing a lot of reconstruction in Iraq, as far as, well, I could see me hauling fuel maybe to a place that had loaders and dozers, you know. We never went to go be in a battle or fight a fight. We went to take care of our families and make some money to reconstruct Iraq.
Tony and I met in '79 at a Halloween party. It was kind of a blind meeting, and we're married less than a year later. His brother was in the Navy, and so he always wished that he had done something like that, that he's just a good old boy.
He thought it was such a great cause to go and help rebuild, and got a job with Halliburton, and he was gonna go drive a truck in Iraq. Within a month, he was there.
I was 15 when I met Steve, first time. And a good friend of ours introduced us at a fair they had, and we hit it off. He got out of the fiberglass business in Michigan and eventually ended up truck driving. Steve decided to go over there to get us financially set for not only retirement, but to, help 3 kids go through college. He would take on anything if he thought that it would benefit his family. He wasn't military. He was non-combatant. He was a driver. He went over there to help rebuild Iraq. And that's what he wanted to do.
When I woke up early that morning, it was about, I'd say about 4:30 a.m. We had to be out by our trucks by 7 a.m. And we already knew what we were going on our mission. We were told at 7 p.m. the night before, on the 8th of April. The first things we do was very normal. It was just routine behaviors. Just go ahead and do a pre-check. Go ahead and preventive maintenance and check your oil and check your air in your tires and your fuel tank. And
the soldier that was sketching a map with his boot in the gravel next to his vehicle, well, some of us saw part of it and some of us didn't.
Well, nobody ever told us why, and nobody told us what was going on, and they said the roads are red, and I wasn't sure what red meant.
We left the post nearing 11 o'clock, 10:40, 11 o'clock in the morning, in there somewhere, and headed on our way to Baghdad.
We were going down the road, and we got pretty close to I believe the Abu Ghraib prison, and all of a sudden there's no traffic. And right about then, I mean, bullets came from everywhere.
It sounded like we were in a hailstorm. It was like when you were a kid and we used to make popcorn in a pressure cooker. The temperature comes up and begins to pop.
They were coming in through my doors, they were hitting my tanker, they were hitting my windshield, they were coming in through hitting the engine. You could hear them come in through one door, hit the other door where they lodged in, and I mean, they're just coming in everywhere.
And then it reached a crescendo and just seemed like it never stopped after that.
And then I could hear the men crying on the radio, yelling out for help. I'm burning, help me, please don't let me die in Iraq.
Truck behind me, his trailer caught fire and he overturned and was trapped inside the truck and burned up.
I heard one yelling and screaming and until he stopped.
Friends that I'd promised before that, if they broke down or something happened, I wouldn't leave them. I hear them screaming, I'm hit, help me, please, I don't want to die here.
I was completely saturated with blood, and my pants were soaked with blood, my shirt was soaked with blood.
It was just absolutely just sheer terror. Just absolutely, positively horrifying. And I still still have that shaky sort of thing in me. It's like sitting here right now, it's like I'm still there.
The mutilated bodies of 4 people were found west of Baghdad, near an area where a U.S. fuel convoy was attacked on Friday. After that attack, 7 Americans were reported missing, including contractors working for Halliburton, a company that supplies fuel and other supplies to U.S. troops. The families were notified today of the discovery. Halliburton did release a statement saying, quote, "We at Halliburton are saddened to learn of these deaths and are working with authorities so the families can begin the grieving and healing process." 2 U.S. soldiers are missing, and also Thomas Hamill from Macon, Mississippi, an American contractor with Halliburton.
Saturday, April 10th, and one day after I got the first phone call from Halliburton and KBR, Steve, when you get back to base, please call me. I got a call yesterday saying that you are missing after heavy fighting and more attacks. You and 9 others.
To sharpen. And what are these rocks called again? I forgot. Dad told us, but I don't remember. Like shale?
I'm not sure.
I just turned 50, and it's hard to have to, you know, reinvent yourself like you're a teenager again. When all your dreams go and things go out the tube. So, he was definitely the love of my life. He firmly believed that KBR and Halliburton were going to keep him safe. I mean, he truly did. He was very positive about that. Right up to the end, he believed he would be safe.